So welcome back! So we've just seen that making a decision is really, really important. But what is also important is making a commitment, and a firm commitment. So what do I mean by that? Well, I am really good at making decisions and then not doing anything. I make that decision, I visualize things and I think, oh, this is going to be really good and I'm going to make the difference for so many people and it's going to be awesome and this is what I'm meant to be. And then I think, okay, let's do it tomorrow. Because, tomorrow is going to be so much better. The weather is going to be better, or the light is going to be better, or, I'm going to be in a much more energetic mood, or anything. And then tomorrow comes, and I think, yeah, today is not really all that good, and then my hair doesn't look good, and maybe I should do it, maybe I should do it next Monday. Next Monday is good. And then Monday comes along and then it's raining outside. And I think, okay, maybe, when it's raining outside, yeah, it's not really you know what? You're never going to get to it. You've got to make a commitment. And one way is to schedule it. So if it's public speaking, for example, it's a really good idea if you schedule it and then you tell people about it. Like you advertise it. If people are showing up, you have to show up too. There's no way around it. Now, one thing that I've experienced is you can make a decision and make a commitment, and that's all you need for a change. The problem is just, well, let me give you an example, because I've done it. I've tried this. I made a decision, I made a commitment, and, I went for it. So what happened? I was at the end of my legal training, and then I decided I was going to be an actress in Miami. As you do. Didn't know anyone, didn't have any contacts, hardly spoke the language, and I had 1 month of acting training, but I was going to make this work. You've got to shoot for the stars, not for the ceiling, right? Of course, I had gone a little bit crazy at that point, and there's reasons for that, but you know what? I was going to make this work. So I went to Miami, and there I was committed because I was living there. And I was still doing my last bit of my legal training, but the first day I got there, I got acting lessons. And one thing my acting director, or my acting teacher told me was, if you improvise on a stage, you always have to say yes and, never no but. And the reason for that is, if you say yes and, then, there's opportunities for all kinds of things to happen. But if you say no but, it completely shuts down the conversation. On the other hand, if you say yes and to anything that your acting partner tells you, even if it is totally crazy, you may get hilarious results. And the more crazy it is that he gives you, the more hilarious the results are. My acting teacher also gave me this book called Improvisation in Life and Art by Stephen Nachmanovich, and it changed my life. So basically what the book says is you do the same thing as you do in an improvisation on stage in your life. So you say yes and to everything that comes your way. So I thought, okay, I'm going to make my life a work of art and I'm going to say yes and. And I did. I said yes and to almost everything. But it was so cool. So, one of the things that happened in the beginning was I had to go out and get, auditions. So how do you do this? You have to get acting agents or you have to get, acquainted with the casting directors. How do you do that? Well, my acting teacher told me if you just do mail shots and stuff, it's not going to happen. So you got to go and get and meet these people. So I thought, okay, I'll find this casting director. And, it was a little bit further off, but so I drove down there and I knocked at the door with my headshot and resume in my hand, and nobody opened. And I thought, you gotta be kidding me! I just drove for 2.5 hours on a freeway that was totally clogged, and now there's nobody there, and I don't even have the gas to get here. So I thought, okay, I'm not going to give up now. So I'm going to the next door and I asked them, do you know where these people are? Because I can't find them. Do you know where they are? And they said, no, I haven't seen them for a while. They may not even be here anymore. I thought, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And the guy goes, do you have makeup? I said, duh, it's in my face. Well, I didn't say that. I just thought it. And then I thought, okay, is there something wrong with my makeup? Why is he asking me this? I can't be this insecure. So I said, yes, I have makeup. And he said, oh, great! Then come in. We need a makeup artist. I said, I have makeup in the car, but I'm not a makeup artist. He said, oh, don't worry about it. The director's going to help you. That's going to be fine. Just come in, get your makeup, come in. I thought, yes, and so I was going to be a makeup artist now. This was an interesting experience, but I thought, okay, I got my makeup and went in. Turns out it's special effects makeup. I had never done special effects makeup in my life. I didn't know what special effects makeup was. I hadn't even done normal makeup on anybody before. But the director helped me, and I said, yes, and we did, this and there, and it was a face of an actor that was supposed to be inserted into a Super Mario cartoon. And it was a cool experience, and the director liked me, and he thought, okay, at the end of the shoot, he said, you know what? You're going to have an infomercial shoot in a couple of days. Do you want to come with? You can be our PA. I thought, oh, yeah, sure, I can be a PA. Yes, and. PA is not that difficult. It's just running around, bringing people coffee and getting some tape there, maybe buying something somewhere, maybe picking somebody up from the airport. I can do that. So I get there, and everything went really great for the first, morning, and then he fired the cameraman. And then he comes up to me and says, hi, so Petra, how are you enjoying yourself? I said, oh, it's great. I'm having all these experiences and I'm seeing everything that's going on. I've never been in a professional TV studio before, and this is so cool. And he said, oh, good. So, have you ever run the camera before? And I said, what? No. I was kind of, sure this was the wrong answer, but, these were these huge camera studio cameras. It's like these huge big things, and they had, you were running around, and they had these knobs on there, and I had no idea what I was doing. And again, it's not something that you do on the weekend, having this big studio camera, like they used to have. And he said, you know what? Don't worry about it. We've got an hour for lunch, and I'm going to train you. I said, oh, in a whole hour, eh? You're going to make me a camera person in an hour? Well, actually, I didn't say that. I just thought that. What I said out loud was, yes, sure. So, yes, and, right? So he trained me, and to be fair, it wasn't all that difficult because the camera was already set up, and all the light and everything was already done. And all I had to do was basically be the steady cam in the back while there were two other camera persons who were doing the the really difficult shots and selling stuff and so on and so forth. So I'm in the back, and and I'm zooming in and zooming out and zooming in and zooming out, and sometimes I did a rec focus, and it was so exciting because I could see what the other camera people were doing. I was learning so much, and I was seeing how they were framing things, and he had also told me this is how you frame stuff, and it was really exciting. And at the end of that shoot, it was a 2-day shoot, and I got paid for it. I got paid as a camera person. Can you imagine that? So the lead camera person comes up to me and says, hey, Petra, so you know what? In a couple of days, we're going to have a shoot at a live TV show. Do you want to come with? We need another camera person. I thought, live TV show? Yes, sir. Oh, my God. There was my career taking off. I mean, it wasn't taking off in the direction that I wanted it to, but I was in TV now. I mean, I had done like 2 days of experience, and I was already doing a live TV show. This was incredible. So I said, yes, and I'm showing up 2 days later, and I think, oh, my career is really going somewhere. And the director says, I don't know how to tell you this, but we've got this, professional camera person now. And, he's, you don't really have all that much experience, do you? And I thought, not much experience? What are you talking about? I've got 2 days. Of course, I didn't say that out loud. Out loud, I said, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. It's no problem. I can just sit somewhere in the back and, it's going to be great. And, I'm going to get something out of it still. And he said, no, that's not what I meant. We do have a camera person, but we don't have a floor manager. And I said, floor manager? What's a floor manager? And he said, oh, that's the guy with the signs and stuff. I said, signs and stuff? Yeah, you're going to pick it up. It's not that difficult. But you have to get down there and put the headphones on because, we are shooting in 9, 8, 7. So I'm running down there and I'm putting the headphones on. I'm just in time to hear him say, 2, okay, give them a sign for go. And I go, hoping that that's what he wants from me. And, of course, the 2 people on stage, they start talking. I thought, okay, this is probably what I was supposed to do. So now I can relax and I can go and ask someone what I'm supposed to be doing here. And then it dawns on me, I am on the floor with the actors, which means I can't ask anybody because the audience would hear it. It's a live TV show. So I think, oh my God, what am I going to be doing? I have no idea what these signs are and what I'm supposed to be doing. And oh my God, this is going to be so embarrassing. But at some point, I just watch these people and, everything seems to be going well. And I thought, okay, this is going to be okay. And then all of a sudden I hear the director say, okay, Petra, give them the sign for break. And I look up and he looks down at his nose. And I thought, sign for break. What's the sign for break? And I'm waiting for him to look up again and I'm hoping that he's going to give me the sign for break. And, he looks up again and he looks kind of annoyed and he says, Petra, give them the sign for break. We're going to commercial. And looks down again. Oh, shit. What am I going to do? I have no idea what the sign for break is. And I'm going, okay, I've got to do something. So I'm going, And the 2 actors just look at me. But they keep talking. And I go, oh. At that point, I'm kind of sawing my own head off with my hand. And 2 actors go, both at the same time. I can just imagine what the audience was thinking because, of course, they couldn't see what I was doing to these guys, right? So, and I'm going, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And at some point, the guy next to me, the cameraman next to me, stops laughing and turns around to me and goes, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going, and they stop talking. So this was such an experience. I had, in very few days, I had done so many things and learned so many things. But, you can go this way. And you may luck out and you may end up in the best job, around. But the problem is, it is exhausting. I mean, I had to figure out so many things. And it was also that I hardly spoke the language at the time. I hardly spoke English at the time. So everything was new and everything was different. And I didn't understand, what the bank was telling me, what this little cash machine was telling me. And there were so many new things that at some point I just ran out of steam. And that is what can happen. So one of the things you really need to do, you have to have a decision and you have to have a commitment. But the one thing that's really good to have is a plan. Plan ahead. Think of all the things that could come. Teach yourself. Go to, find an education in what you want to do, and then make a plan of exactly how you want to get there. And then you can anticipate what the things are that may be coming your way. You will never see everything, but at least, you can prepare a lot of things beforehand so that you don't have to figure everything out on the go. So that is the subject of our next one. Make a plan.